Hey, hey, everybody. All right, there's Bodie making his presence known. Happy July, everybody. Get this all set up here. Hey, everybody. All right, there's Bodie making his presence. All right, the wife just got home. All right. All right, I just started. All right. All right, I think you can see a little bit of the cat there. I'm going to make it so that you can't see Jenna when she comes out. Oh, sorry, Miss Fulio. All right, happy July, everybody. Hope you had a safe 4th and that you didn't blow off any of your fingers because you need your fingers for bowling. All right, so we are a little delayed here. Okay, gotcha. All right, I was trying to get the stream vertical, but whatever reason, it didn't want to go vertical, so hopefully this is fine. It's a little stretched out, it looks like. Oh, well, tough. Teal Jaguar, what's up? Submarine Mike, I'm at League, right on. Monday Night League, Summer League, how's it going? Steve Suter, what's up? Billy M, what's up? Good, what's good, fool? Not much. So, Teal Jaguar, so am I. Just went 39 over average game 2. Right on, right on. Watching the Fool and U.S. versus Belgium. Oh, no, I picked a time when the World Cup's playing. Ah, shoot. I haven't been following up with the World Cup. Oh, figures. Well, thank you for joining. So, oh, yeah. So, thank you, everybody, for being a subscriber and supporting my channel. I just want to say thanks. I just reached, if you didn't see, I just reached 2,000 the other day. Did it with the help of my last video, which was the DIY Pro Shop Part 2. I knew that would bring me over, but I think I got like 130, actually, I think I got like 150 subscribers from that video alone, which was very good. So that brought me over to 2,000. So the first 8,000, or sorry, the first 1,000 was back in October. I had to look it up. Like, when the hell did I get that first 1,000? So it's back in October. So it's been pretty much 8 or 9 months. So the time to get 1,000 for me has been around 8 or 9 months. So hopefully when I get to 3,000, it'll be a little bit quicker. We'll see. Hopefully when people see the number 2,000, they're just like, pfft. The first 100 are very difficult. The first 1,000, I would say, was difficult. And once I got my channel established, I think people just automatically click. Like the last couple days, I haven't posted anything. And some of my shorts have just been like brought into the YouTube algorithm and just been shown to everybody. And all of a sudden I'll get like 4,000 views on a short that I did a long time ago. I'm like, what the hell? And I think I got like 35 new subscribers within the last 2 days. It's amazing. So thank you guys, everybody, for joining. If you don't know who I am, I'm the Bowling Fool. I'm a very niche channel. So I don't know how you found me, but you found me. That's a Back to the Future quote. But I do DIY bowling ball drilling. I do bowling ball reviews on pretty much every ball that I get. My reviews, I don't swing the whole lane. I just bowl it the way I bowl it. And what else do? I sell bowling ball jigs and alignment rods. So I got these out right now. I got 7 different sizes of alignment rods. And I have fun on live streams. I do giveaways. So pretty much all the money that I get from YouTube goes back to you guys in the form of giveaways. So every live stream I do once a month live stream, with the exception, I'm going to be doing another live stream next Monday. And that is the bowling ball giveaway. So you want to be there. And I'm giving away a bowling ball to one lucky subscriber for when I reach 2,000. Pretty much when I reach every 1,000 marker, gonna give out a free bowling ball of your choice. Current release only. and it's limited to people in the 48 states. If you are international and you're watching me, I guess what I could do is like a gift card to a bowling place that's near you or whatnot. So I won't eliminate it from anybody that's international, but I can't send you a bowling ball just because I think the shipping is going to be outrageous, and I don't know what the shipping is. So to make it easy, I'm just going to do like a gift card or something if you're international. On the 2,000 subs, the giveaway that I'm doing, I made a post, it was last night, and all you have to do is just comment on the post and say which bowling ball you'd like, and then you'll be entered. Pre-orders are okay. I know that they just released 17 brand new bowling balls that are supposed to come out, I think, the middle of this month, and then again in August. So if you win and you want a pre-order ball, by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. If it's available or is going to be available, you can choose that as well too. Don't care. I want to talk about the new wheel prizes. So I also did a poll a couple weeks back asking you guys if you wanted. I kind of want to. It's half of you guys that watch me are just strictly bowlers. The other half are DIYers. So I thought, what better way to do a wheel spin than have one part of the wheel or one little segment of the wheel? Half the wheel is going to be bowling ball related. The other half is going to be DIY pro shop related. And everything, whatever somebody wins, I'm going to roll this one time tonight. The only time I'll roll it more than once, if it lands on absolutely nothing, then we'll spin again. If it lands on absolutely nothing, which is the red, you lose your turn. Sorry. Also, too, if it lands on something, this is something kind of coming up with some ideas, and let me know what you guys think about it. If it lands on something and you don't want it, you can give your slot away. So you can give it up, and I'll give you a chance. I'll give you 3 free entries for the next month's giveaway. So if you don't want, say, the world's ugliest bowling ball, which is a Brunswick Beyond Infinity with the ugliest pour, I showed that last stream. If you don't want that, you can choose to give it up. I'm not like the Radical podcast where if you don't like it, you get a spin again. We don't do that here. This is coming out of my budget, so I make the rules. But if you don't want it, you can give it up to somebody else. We'll do another wheel spin, and you'll get 3 free entries for the next month's stream. So that's an option for you. Okay. I want to go over what I have on the wheel. I'm going to kind of turn this so that it's not reflecting. So some of the things are just one item, but I have options. So if you land on, let's start off with red is absolutely nothing. Okay. You lose your turn. Sorry, wah, wah, wah. We'll all shed a tear for you. But you lose the turn, you get absolutely nothing. Okay. Going over to the orange, I have the hammer. You're going to win a hammer shoe brush. So most of these prizes are ranging from $20 all the way up to pretty much $100. So I think that's pretty fair. It's kind of like what Radical does. You can win a chamois or you can win 3 bowling balls. I mean, I can't give out 3 bowling balls. I don't have that kind of budget yet. But hammer shoe brush is one option. If you don't want that, the bottom part is going to be the Pro Shop item. So the bottom part is going to be the Storm Arc ruler and a Jayhawk span ruler. Okay, so measuring tools for layouts, right? So 2LS and also the Jayhawk span measuring. You can win both of these, right? Not mine, but brand new ones that I'll order for you. Everything you're going to get is brand new. There's nothing used here. You won't get any used plug bowling balls. Okay, so essentially, if you get a slot, you have a choice of either or. Okay, you don't get both, but you get a choice. Going to the orange here, the light orange, you have if I can speak, you can win a T-zone, any color, any weight T-zone bowling ball that you want. Or you can choose a Vice color die set. Okay, if you guys are plugging your own bowling balls, this is something you're gonna need. Color die set. All the colors. I'll send one of those out to you. Okay, the yellow is Hammer 3-ball tote. It's a good prize. I think a couple or one guy won that last time or the one time before. Or if you don't want that, you can get any size drill bit, with the exception of the Jopo. You can't pick the $250 Jopo bit. It's got to pretty much be $85 or under. So I pretty much have most of these items going to be around the same price value. So Hammer 3-ball tote, if you don't want that, you can choose any size drill bit. You can get 1.5-inch drill bit, which I guess like 85 bucks, but I think that's a pretty good deal. And you're going to get a Jayhawk brand drill bit. So very cool for all those DIYers drilling your own stuff at home. The yellow is a Bowl-O-Rama bowling book. This book's around $25, $30 value. It shows the history of bowling alleys going to like the 1950s to the heyday of bowling. Really cool book. It's a good coffee table book. Green, $50 gift certificate at any bowling establishment, any online bowling establishment of your choice. The green is the big item ticket, right? The green is what you want right here. So we've got a Bowling World Surprise Ball. Okay, if you don't want that, I don't know why anybody wouldn't want that, but the next two prizes are pretty damn good. DeWalt Stealth Sonic Shop Vac. Boom! So kind of like the shop vac like I have back here, except it's going to be, I think it's a 6 or 9 gallons, a little bit smaller, but it's around $100. You get a shop vac, which is ultra quiet. If you don't have a quiet shop vac for your pro shop, it's a good item to get. Also, if you don't want that, you can choose the dehydrating oven, pretty much a bowling ball reviver. It's not going to be the innovative brand bowling ball reviver, but it's essentially the same exact thing that I'll order on Amazon for you. It looks pretty much exactly the same. And you can revitalize your balls. Take all the balls out, or take all the oil out of your balls. So bowling ball reviver. Okay, say all the value. So the green is pretty much the high ticket item. The turquoise is going to be the world's ugliest bowling ball. That is the 15-pound Beyond Infinity, brand new. It's just the ugliest pour. If you do get it, I hope you drill it and get a 300 with it. It's calling somebody. It's a 300 waiting for somebody. The blue Bowling Fool coffee mug and shirt. So I've got a whole bunch of coffee mugs here, brand new. If you guys want a coffee mug, they're 30 bucks. They're like Yeti coffee mugs. Boom, with my logo on it. Really cool. I use them every morning for my coffee. Keeps it nice and warm for an hour or so. Although I drink my coffee a lot quicker than that. And then I'll give you a shirt. Bowling Fool shirt. It's got the small logo in front, big logo on the back, any color you want. The only color that doesn't work right now is black, just because I have the lettering. And so black kind of blends in. So white and any other color you want is your choice. The purple C3 Columbia 300 white dot. So one of the last Columbia 300s that are left. The white dot spare ball. Any color, any weight you want. If you do not want that, you get any size alignment rod. So these are the alignment rods that I use if you watch my drilling videos. I make 7 different sizes. So I think it's, I forgot my smallest size. I think the smallest size is 7/8. And the largest size is 1 1/2. Okay, so these are around 60 bucks each. You can choose any one you want, and I'll ship it out to you. The pink is a Cool Wick jersey. So we go on, if you win this, you go on Bowlers Mart and you pick out like a quick ship or fast track bowling jersey of your choice. I'm not going to have it. Unfortunately, I can't have it engraved because if they mess up your name somehow, I don't want to be responsible. So it's just any design jersey without any kind of names on the back. Quick ship or fast track. Nothing super custom. But if you don't want a jersey, I'll send you a 10-pack of Vice or Turbo grips. All right. So if you do your own pro shop, you need grips, say Vice or Turbo. If you use something else like Jopo, check with me because it's going to be probably a little bit more money. But 10-pack Vice or Turbo grips for now. The light pink 24-pack sanding pads. If you don't want that, you can do a Pika. I'm going to give out a Pika dry pencil set. So everything you need to write on bowling balls, all the best pencil in the business is a Pika dry. So I'll send you out the refills along with the actual case and all that stuff. And that's it. So hopefully those are pretty good prizes for you. I think I did a pretty good job. Once again, whatever anybody wins tonight, I will erase and replace it with something different. Okay, there will never be, I try not to keep the same things all the time on there. So hopefully that works for people. Let me know what you think about the prizes on there. I had fun picking them out. Craig, whammy number 8. What's up, Craig? Long time no see. Thank you, Craig. Too Tall, what's good? What's good? Let's see here. Too Tall said he wanted an epic ball. True story. Epic ball. Those are pretty much just spare balls, right? I seen those. I don't know what the hell they were. Too Tall, I wouldn't mind. Maybe I could play up 5 on a house shot with one. All you gotta do is put surface on it. Put a surface on a hammer axe, and then you can win tournament and you can win the championship. You never know. Who would have thought? Who would have thought all you needed was a hammer axe to win a tournament? Too Tall, darn, I need a Jopo bit. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Jopo bits are a little bit too costly, and so, but you can get 1.5-inch bit, and if you can find a collar that would fit, there you go, and you measure one out. But unfortunately, Jopo bits are a little expensive. BCG10, congrats on the 2K. You're always entertaining. Thank you, my friend. Boulder Dan sent Park the Bus. I think that's Park the Bus. Right on. Thank you, Boulder Dan. Dustin Smith, killer prizes, Ryan. Great idea. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Too Tall, I think it's a great prize wheel that covers bowlers and DIY PSO. Yeah, like I said, if it lands on something you don't want, if you guys missed the beginning, you can give that up to somebody else, and I'll give you 3 free entries to the following month's wheel spin. I think that's pretty fair, but I don't know anybody that wouldn't want anything on there. Who knows, but... Craig Whammy, going to plug an old ball with my grandkids for the heck of it. Right on. How do you plug both the fingers and the thumb with the curve of the ball? Do you plug thumb and wait for it to solidify, then turn? Yep. So you have to do one at a time. So you do the fingers, let it harden overnight, and unless you're doing the quick plug, which takes like an hour. But I do the Wizard 31, which takes about at least 12 hours to cure. I do overnight, 12 to 16 hours depending on the humidity. And then you do the thumb, right? And you can do it different ways. So you can do it, fill it up halfway, like the fingers halfway, let it cure, and then fill it up the rest of the way. Jayhawk, if you read on Jayhawk, they have a whole, Jayhawk's website has a whole description on how to plug bowling balls and how to do it right and all that stuff. And if you have these bits if you're just starting, you're not going to have these bits yet, but these are from the leftover ball plug, right? All these hardened bits. And these kind of act as like a filler or like a rebar, like a structural support. And you put these in the hole first, and then you can fill the hole. I've been doing this, filling these up pretty much 3/4 of the way to the hole, and then fill up the hole all the way. And I've never had any kind of cracking, but the premise is if you don't put that in there and you fill the hole up all the way, it can get really hot because once the epoxy cures, it creates heat, and that heat can cause cracking, especially if you have a big one. I think it's more so for the fast cure stuff. I've also plugged bowling balls and I didn't put a filler in the holes. And I use the Wizard 31 and the Storm Thunder plug, and I never had any kind of cracking with it. Um, but yeah, I think it's mainly for the quick plug stuff because that stuff cures really quick and it can get really hot, almost too hot to the touch. The Wizard 31 does not really get that hot. I can mix it in the cup for 10 minutes and it does not get warm. So it's up to you. But yeah, do one at a time. You should be good to go. Have fun with it, man, because it's really fun plugging bowling balls. And I just plugged a couple for a guy in our league. He's gonna roll them for the first. Those are the shorts I made last week, and he's gonna roll them tomorrow. So I gave him a Scorpion low flare, and then I fixed his Motive Max Thrill Hybrid. I think it was that was my old ball. I didn't like it, so I sold it to him a long time ago. Steve, you sand an Epic, it will way better than the Boat Anchor Identity. Hey, check this out, Steve. Somebody bought my Identity off me. I sold it like a week or two ago. A guy brand new getting into bowling. Him and his kid were getting into bowling, and he actually bought it. So, and they're only bowling at Napa, which is pretty dry house. So I think the ball will actually be pretty good for him. But $50, killer deal. I got rid of it. Too tall. I already put 500 on an axe, and it works on shorter sport patterns, but not on house shot. Craig, last year when they came to visit, we took a chisel and busted a crack ball open and said they wanted to see inside. Yeah, I did that with my Stealth. I posted a video with my Stealth that cracked because they told me to destroy the ball. So I took a pickaxe. Although when I took a pickaxe to it, it started chipping everywhere. I had to wear face protection. The shards were going everywhere. If you guys do crack a ball or get like a sledgehammer to a ball, be very careful because those pieces, when they break, they're super sharp. And one of them hit my leg. I was like, oh, man. So just be careful. It's fun. I think every bowler wants to do that. What's inside this ball? It's just a bunch of hardened chemical. Submarine Mike, what up? What if we want the Wilson wall for Miss Fool for a prize? Yeah. She's going to be running in and out of here today. So yeah, we'll make a wall. Also too, for the stream today, anybody that's on the live stream is automatically entered into the wheel spin. Okay. I'm not going to have you guess something. Okay. If you guessed on my previous videos, I made some shorts I think like a week and 2 weeks ago. I made a short and it was guess the ball, right? So or guess which ball got the higher score. And I said all correct answers will get a free entry. So that's how I'm going to work the giveaways. Is everybody that's on my live stream, which is usually 30 or less, you guys have really good odds. And anybody that's on my live stream will automatically be entered into the wheel. So on the wheel that I have in here, I have numbers. Okay, and I'm going to put your name next down to a number, or if I have the wife do it. And if your number gets picked, then I'll look at my sheet here and go, okay, so-and-so won. Now, to the people that got correct guesses on my previous videos, you get an extra entry. Okay, and if you got both those answers correct on both of those shorts, now you have 3, and you're here tonight, now you have 3 free entries, so your odds go up. So it behooves you to watch my videos, because every now and then I'll throw in like a little quiz or something, or hey, guess this. And if you guess it right, the last one was very difficult for everybody. Nobody got that. It was guess the ball, and nobody got that correct, but a few of you got the brand. So what I made it fair, I said if you guess the actual ball, then it was so hard I would give you 5 free entries, but nobody guessed it. So what I did to be fair is if you guessed the brand, I would give you 1 entry. Okay, so I'm going to go through the list in a little bit, and I've got all your names already on the wheel here ready to go, and that just means you have more chances to win. So I try to make it fair. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going to go down the list kind of in no random order, but I did a no tap at Paddock. Was it 2 weeks ago? and it sells out. Paddock No Tap is like one of the most famous no taps in the Bay Area. It sells out within like a week. And I got on. I'm going to get on this month too. But their strike pot is ridiculously high. Their strike pot is $2,500. And one of the guys we were playing against he was on the other lane. He always has his picture up. I forgot his name, but he always has his picture up on a monitor for getting 300s and 800s. He has like 35 300s. And I don't know, probably a dozen 800s or whatnot. The guy's really good. He gets up there to the line. He picks up his ball and rolls. There is no waiting whatsoever. I was like, holy crap. He does not pause to take a breath. He just grabs his ball, puts his finger in the ball and goes. And I said, holy crap, man. And it's like, damn, you don't take any break at all. He's like, and his answer was like, I don't have time to think. I just go. And the guy just gets 300 after 300. The guy's gifted. Anyway, his name got called for the strike pot. It was like $1 a ticket. Well, they called this ticket, and it was $2,500. And so you have to get a strike. It was like we were on lanes 13 and 14. So you have to get a real strike on lane 13, and then you have to get a no-tap strike on lane 14, which is just leave one pin. So he goes up there and gets a real strike on the next one. By the way, the whole house is watching him. It's just like nerve-wracking, right? And then he legit goes to us and says, what do I do? Because he's so used to striking, he doesn't know how to leave a single pin. And so he goes up there and gets another strike, a real strike. He's like, oh man, there went to $2,500. No joke, his next two frames, he left a single pin. I was like, oh my God. I told him that's the universe. That's the universe just like messing with you. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought I'd share that story with you. So I came prepared down here. I got my little bucket of drinks down here. Let's see. Another thing. So once again, too, I have jigs for sale. I just sent out a jig this morning to a customer out in Colorado. If you want a jig, hit me up. I think I have 7 left of this batch. I'll be having more made pretty soon. They fit the Vevor XY table. Also, any brand mill press. As long as you have at least 18-inch clearance from the table to the bottom of spindle, you're good to go. Just email me at thebowlingfool@gmail.com if you would like one. And let's see, version 3.0. Like I said, I have alignment rods. I've got mugs, shirts, and hats. If anybody wants one of those, email me. Pretty much $30 for mug, $30 for a shirt, and we'll do maybe $20 for a hat or something. I'm still looking for hats. This is the best hat that I've found, and I think this was the very first one that I got. But I'm going to have my new logo on it. I've been wearing, this is a hat I wear every day. The other ones fit me they're too big. But I'm kind of trying different styles out. I'm going to be doing, I went down a rabbit hole with bowling ball cleaners. I went back and looking at my YouTube shorts, and the YouTube short with the most views, I think this short had like 25 or 30,000 views. It's like, holy crap. Was the short where I told you how to make your homemade bowling ball cleaner. I was like, damn. And then a little light bulb went off. I was like, I could do a video on bowling ball cleaners. Holy crap, right? So I went down a rabbit hole, and there is according to the USBC, there's over 450 approved bowling ball cleaners and polishes. I said, holy crap. And if you go on the USBC website for approved cleaners and stuff, right? By the way, approved, what the hell does that mean anyway? Has anybody ever had their bowling balls checked by the USBC and said, oh, let me see your bowling ball cleaner, or let me see your polish? I've never personally had that. Let me know if you guys ever had that before. But it's funny when they say approved, because it's like, even when I went to the Nationals, they didn't check what kind of bowling ball cleaner or polish you were using. They didn't give a rat's ass. They just wanted to look at your bowling balls and make sure they were drilled correctly and that they were the current ball and they weren't part of the banned list. But anyway, on the beginning of the list are commercial products that you can use for cleaning your bowling balls, such as isopropyl alcohol and Windex and Simple Green, right? All those things. And so what I did is I made a post the other day. I did a poll and I asked you guys, what do you guys use, right? And half of you guys use a mixture of isopropyl alcohol with like a Simple Green, right? That's pretty much what I use. And none of those are banned. Those are all legal, right? As far as USPC goes. And then the other half of you guys use commercial brand bowling ball cleaners. Well, I got a little light bulb going off going, what's in these bowling ball cleaners? Because the very first bowling ball cleaner I bought was Monster Tack right here. This thing was like 35 bucks. And if you're like me, you pretty much fit into three categories. Either you're old school and you don't clean your bowling balls at all, which I know plenty of those people. You don't even touch your bowling ball with any kind of cleaner for years. Or you're like me, you use Simple Green and isopropyl alcohol, or you are very meticulous and you use a specific brand bowling ball cleaner that you've been using for years. It works the best and it's tried and true and you believe in it and it works the best for you. Okay, so those are the three categories I think most people fit in. That was expensive, right? $35. So one of the reasons I got into Simple Green alcohol was this cost savings. I clean my bowling balls pretty much after every single time I use it. And the bowling balls that I do that with, when I throw it in my bowling ball reviver, almost no oil comes out of it. So there's something to be said about cleaning your bowling balls. Now, some of the people on my league, I've gotten their balls. I've drilled a couple Joe Pos for a couple people, and I threw their ball in the reviver just to get a fun thing that I'll do for people. Throw it in there, and some of the bowling balls that I got would bleed oil for hours. And at one point, I'm like, I'm done. I can't sit here for the next 8 hours bleeding this stuff out. And that was from somebody that didn't clean their bowling ball in years. We're talking years, right? So it behooves you to clean your bowling balls. Now, I wanted to know what was in all the commercial cleaners and what made them so different. Well, they're not going to list the ingredients on the label, but what I did find out is you can go find the safe. I'm gonna make a whole video on this. I don't want to get into whole detail, but pretty much if it's a chemical, there is what they call a safety data sheet. I had no clue this was even a thing. There's a safety data sheet, and they're all organized in the same manner. There's like 15 different categories, right? What does it consist of? Is it hazardous to your health? What is the first aid response? All this stuff, right? And pretty much what I found out is some of the name brand stuff that they charge a lot of money for is almost identical ingredients to the stuff you can get at Walmart. I'm not kidding you. I look at them like, holy crap. That's the same thing. I went down like all the top, I'm not going to list any of the brands, but all the brands that are like $30, $40, like, holy crap. You literally can go to Walmart and get the same exact thing for $6. Pretty amazing. And another thing I found out too is if you're using a commercial bowling ball cleaner, you want to check the SDS, a safety data sheet on it, because a lot of that stuff is very hazardous to your skin and health. Some of them says like hazardous to aquatic life long-term, and then hazardous for your skin. If you're getting on your skin, you have to rinse off your skin immediately. And I know some of you guys that use commercial product, you're just cleaning it and wiping it with a rag, and a lot of you guys don't really wash your hands, but you may want to check just to make sure. And some of the stuff even said it causes cancer. It's like, holy crap. I was very happy when I looked at Simple Green, and you know what the first aid response if you drink Simple Green is? Drink water. I mean, it's pretty much non-toxic. So isopropyl alcohol, the only thing dangerous about that is it'll dry out your hands and you don't want to drink it, obviously. But yeah, pretty much the stuff's pretty safe except for the commercial. Some of the commercial products I checked were very hazardous. It's like, holy crap. Especially some of the plug material too. So I looked up, just for fun, I looked up the bowling ball plug material. If you guys are plugging your own bowling balls, wear gloves. Please wear gloves. Highly toxic, okay? The fumes are toxic. So Open up all windows. If you like, I do when I do that in my garage, especially when the epoxy cures, it lets off a fume, like fumes, right? And so what you want to do is make sure I got a fan going and I got air blowing through here, so I'm not breathing fumes. Another thing you might want to do too, it doesn't hurt, is wear a mask, right? A lot of people, they just get careless and they do this stuff. Like I'm guilty of it. And then when I look up the safety data sheet, I'm like, holy crap, I've been doing this stuff without gloves or mask, and this stuff causes cancer and all this stuff. So I definitely don't want that. So just an FYI to you guys, if you guys want to be on the safe side, take precautions, because the stuff is not exactly the safest. But if you want the safest, Simple Green is definitely one of the safest on the market. But like I said, I'm going to be making a video on that'll kind of dive a little bit deeper on that. And I kind of want to just lead you guys to water, and then it's up to you guys to drink it or not. I'm not going to tell you, I don't tell anybody what to do. Let's go back to the comments here. Oh no. I can't scroll. Oh no, there we go. Okay. Let me see if the wife is available, and I'm going to have her start writing down people's names that are in the chat. You available?
What am I doing?
You're writing down names of people that are on the chat next to a number. I got a sheet over here. Wherever. So just go down the chat, and just write.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, and write the name next to the number.
Oh shit! You okay,
yeah, the number.
boss?
The number.
Wait, what am I writing?
You're going through the chat and you're writing down everybody that's in the chat, putting their name next to a number, because I have numbers on the wheel.
Okay, but what happens if people come or go?
You're going to go in the beginning of the chat, and just look at their names.
Commenting?
Yeah, whoever's commenting, put their name next to a number. And if, like I said, you do have to be present to win. On this one, you do have to be present to win. So if you're in here now and you end up leaving and I call your name, you don't get items. So sorry. I'm going to pick somebody else. Oh no. Somehow my iPad is not letting me scroll. I think it's the case. So stand by, folks, some technical difficulties. Pretty much, yeah. Huh, weird. Huh. I literally cannot scroll on this freaking iPad. I can't even read the dang comments here. No, what the hell's going on? Oh no. I don't know, maybe my hand's got to be warm. What the heck's going on? It's like delayed. Okay, I got to go slow here. All right, sorry, folks. I'm getting us here. I never had this problem before. All right. Greg, sorry, I went off on a tangent there. I just bought the Vice brand, and I'm using that. Good. Yeah, the brother-in-law uses Vice. I use Turbo. I prefer a more firmer rubber on there. So I've tried Vice. They're a little too soft, but some people like that. Tuto, yeah, the Vice Rapid Cure was super exothermic. Powerhouse Ultra Safe barely gets hot at all, but it takes a full day to cure. Yeah, I've been loving the Wizard stuff, man. The Wizard's been phenomenal. I think I'm going to stick with the Wizard. But I do like that they make an Ultra Safe because that stuff is, can be pretty toxic. James McFarland, right on, checking in for league as well. GT Ben, Club 2K, heck yeah. Submarine Mike, what was the guess your ball answer? Okay, so on the guess the ball, so I made a couple videos, and I'm just going to list off everybody that guessed it right. The first video was guess the ball. That was the alert. Okay, the very first one. And Lumpy 44, Nick Pereira, 300, Submarine Mike, and the Fayball Bowler. You guys all got that correct. So you got an entry into you got an extra entry into the wheel spin tonight. Guess the score between the alert versus the shock. The shock was the highest score, okay? And you had to post that before I, of course, posted part 2. There was somebody out there that I as soon as I posted part 2, they went back to this and go, Venom. Like literally within 2 minutes of me posting, I'm like, nah, nice try. So there were 6 of you that got that one. So Nick, Tori Casey 1214, Grumpa Baggins, Steve Suter, Larry White, and Santa Heckler. Okay, you guessed that the Venom was the highest scoring ball, which I got at 279. So good job of those. You guys have got an extra entry in there for tonight. And then the last ball that nobody got was the Track Archetype Hybrid. Very, very difficult. That ball did not have a lot of white to it. So it's very hard to tell what kind of ball that was. It almost looked like the Strategy, but it was Track Archetype Hybrid. And it was so difficult that nobody got it right, but a lot of you guessed the brand. So the people that guessed the brand, Dead Polymers, Big Peter, Submarine Mike, 88, Steve Suter, and Teal Jaguar. You got an entry into an extra entry into tonight's wheel spin. So congratulations to those people. And let me know if you like those. The last one only got like 200 views for whatever weird reason. Next time I do it, I'll probably just roll once. I won't give you 3 chances to look. And, oh yeah, by the way, who got it? The very first one was a Deviate Mantra. Okay, and the first person to get that right was a Simple Nickel. And for fun, I sent him out a t-shirt, a Bowling Fool t-shirt. Okay, I'm trying different things. So he guessed it right. I sent out a t-shirt. I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. So you get an extra entry on there. Ooh, and I may do it differently, on the next couple streams. I may, whatever guess the ball short I'll do. It's like, if you, the first person to guess it, maybe I'll send them out a coffee mug or a hat or, whatever. A shirt, or you'll get a couple entries into the wheel spin. Tori Casey, yeah, I couldn't figure that ball out. Yeah, nobody could. I even looked at it and I zoomed in, I'm like, because I don't know how the hell a Simple Nickel figured out those a Deviate Mantra. I was like, holy crap, I couldn't even tell. And he must have that, but you must have that ball or something. I even asked him, how the hell did you figure that out? And I was thinking, is there some kind of AI way to figure out what kind of ball I'm rolling? You put my video into AI, and it tells you exactly what I'm rolling, but I did, and it didn't work. So just a really good guess. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to try to start doing that. And like I said, I'm just going to show it one time, and good luck to whoever gets it. Tori, hey man, big head is like a disability. Hey man, a big head is like a disability. I don't know what that means. I forgot what we were talking about. Let me know. Mike Noodle 100. Hey everyone, first time here. Right on, Mike. Thanks for joining. I do a monthly live stream. You join me on the first live stream we got here. My monthly live stream. I do a monthly live stream. Every live stream I give out, I do a wheel spin. So good luck. You're entered if you're here. Anybody that's here is automatically entered. Tori Casey. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Tori Casey, I've read that isopropyl alcohol can dry out a reactive ball. So yeah, so we kind of went off. My ADD is kicking in big time right now, so I kind of went off topic. Reeling you back in. Thanks for bringing me back in. The isopropyl alcohol question I sent out to all the bowling ball manufacturers. I heard back from Motive the next day. I heard back from Storm the next day. I still have yet to hear back from Brunswick. And I pretty much asked them in an email, does isopropyl alcohol damage a bowling ball? It's approved by the USBC. Does it damage a bowling ball? Motive pretty much said in a nutshell that whatever USBC says is what goes. We're not going to argue with them. That's Motive's answer. Storm's answer was exactly what I expected. We don't recommend using isopropyl alcohol because it may damage cover stocks. Here, buy our Storm cleaning products. I knew they were going to do that, and I'm expecting Brunswick to pretty much do the same. Somebody left a comment on that post that I did and said Brian Buckosh uses isopropyl alcohol to get oil off the balls when they're testing. I don't know if that's fact. I don't know. That's just what somebody said on my post. So what I was planning on doing as I almost want to do a test for you guys out there is use nothing but isopropyl alcohol on my favorite bowling ball and see what the results are. Nothing else but isopropyl alcohol. And I wanted to use it on my Hammer Zero Mercy Solid. Oh, you're going to damage it, right? Nobody ever can give me an answer of why it damages it. Some people say, oh, it dries out the bowling ball. Did you know that most commercial bowling ball cleaners have isopropyl alcohol in it or ethanol in it? 90% of your bowling ball cleaners have ethanol, which is a form of alcohol. So for all those people that saying isopropyl alcohol damages a bowling ball, I want to see proof. Because a lot of that is hearsay from a lot of people. So me wanting to dive deeper and go down the rabbit hole, I went and just asked the source, right? Obviously, USBC did testing on bowling balls with every single product that they've approved, and they found it to be safe. All those products were approved in 2025. That's the updated list of 2025. Now, how long ago? I need to email the USBC and see how long ago isopropyl alcohol was approved, and if they have tested it on any of the new bowling ball cover stocks. So I want to find facts, not just hearsay. That's just how I operate in life. And I'll do it. I'll test. I'll put 99% isopropyl alcohol only on my bowling balls and see what happens. It's approved. So even if I use it and the bowling ball cracks, it's under warranty because it's an approved product by the USBC. So there you go. Take it for what that is. Craig, I use X in the Pit cleaners. Love them. Yeah, I looked at their cleaners too, and they pretty much mix. They're a mixture of approved USBC cleaners as well too. And they also say their cleaners are not approved for, or not approved USBC, something like that. I don't know. But like I said, has any official ever tested your bowling ball for illegal bowling ball cleaner? I personally haven't. I don't use any illegal bowling ball cleaner, but if somebody was to do that, how would they know? They're not testing it. Only thing I could think of is if you're going for a tournament that is a lot of money, I could see them like testing your equipment. I can see the pro level testing the equipment. Obviously, they're going to do a thorough check of all the equipment. But I think for us low life league rollers, I don't think they really give a rat's ass if you're mixing Simple Green that if you're mixing them all together, right? But I don't know. Dan Francis, I've always used alcohol, Fabuloso, and water. Yeah, Fabuloso I don't think it's an approved cleaner, right? By the way, here's another stat that blew my mind away. The bowling ball cleaner and polishing industry was worth $65 million in 2025. This year it's slated to be $65 million. And I think in 2030 or 2032 it's slated to be worth $120 million value for bowling ball cleaner. Bowling ball cleaner is big business. And there is a select YouTuber out there that specializes in making bowling ball cleaners. Smart dude, right? Because it's $1 million industry. I almost said $1 million industry. And a lot of that stuff is regurgitated from commercial products. So take it for what it is. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, the wife's having me remind you by the way, I'm going to try to end this at 7. And if you are here, if you're here earlier, just make a comment below in the chat so the wife can write your name down. She's writing all the names down, and you'll be eligible for the wheel spin today. Okay? Now make sure you comment today. You have to be present to win. Last time I called a bunch of people and you weren't here. So, yeah. And if you see your name, I'm going to call you out. So I gave out 2 hammer axes last stream and a $20 gift certificate to bowling.com. Congratulations to those people. Yeah, Mike Noodle 100 material safety data sheet. Yeah, it's different. That's for like materials. Chemicals use a safety data sheet that I found out, and they're pretty much all in the same format. I looked up some of Storm's, like Storm Power Edge and Reactagloss. They only give out the safety data sheet to distributors. It's not available to the public, it was the only one that I found strange that wasn't available to the public. Was that you had to get it they only gave that information to the distributors. But everything else, all your bowling ball cleaners, just look up, Google your bowling ball cleaner and put in whatever name it is, safety data sheet or SDS, and it'll come up with it. It's pretty eye-opening. It's like, holy crap. Just all I can say is be careful with what you use out there. A lot of that stuff is highly toxic. Dustin Smith, it's not just oil that's coming out of the ball and that reviver. I'd be careful overusing those. And that's another thing that a lot of people say too. It's the plasticizer. The plasticizer is coming out. I've done that with a lot of balls and it hasn't got rid of the hook at all on a lot of the balls. So that's 50-50. Some people say it takes out the plasticizer. The Stealth Sol that I put in there that I bought used on eBay. I don't think that thing was ever cleaned. That thing started bleeding oil in the first 5 minutes. I guarantee that was all oil. And it does stop at a certain point. Like I just took my buddy's ball, the Motive Max Zero Hybrid, put that in there, and it pretty much got most of it out within an hour. So that's another test how do you know it's plasticizer, right? And I think X in the Pit did this test last year. And checking with oil, you need a chemical. You almost need like a chemical test to see if it's oil that's coming out or plasticizer, because that's another thing that I think is just hearsay. Now, if you're cooking your ball at like 140 and up, yeah, you're going to damage your ball. But Innovative makes the bowling ball revivers out there, and they're 120 degrees and below, and almost every pro shop has that. Most bowling ball companies will void the warranty if you bake your balls at 140 or up. right? So if you keep it at 120 or lower, then you'd be fine. But yeah, that's another thing that I would like to test, but I don't have the chemical stuff. I'm not a scientist and I don't have the chemical lab to go, okay, this is plasticide that is taken out there once I reach certain temperature. And I don't know if Innovative did testing on theirs. I'm sure they did before they sold it. So this is the kind of stuff that I think about in the day. It's like, you know, what is this? This is just, everybody's just saying this. What is the fact? What are the facts? I want to know. I'm a kind of person that needs to know facts. Because a lot of people say, it takes the plasticizer out. Well, how do you know that? My PSO told me. Well, how does he know that? Oh, he just knows. It's like, come on. Eye intent. If oil absorption is such a big factor, why don't people wipe their balls right after it comes back from the ball return besides game flow? But the ball is sitting there for a couple minutes off. And I know, yeah, and I don't know if when you clean a ball, that if it pulls the oil out of the ball, like say you're done with league, if your cleaner somehow pulls the oil out, I don't know. That's another question that I would be interested on knowing. There was only one time that recently that you were allowed to use cleaner, or pretty much isopropyl alcohol during gameplay. And that's an answer for maybe another entry, you know, another giveaway or something. But I found that out when I was doing research. I'm like, holy crap, okay. You were allowed to use ISO during frames during this time period. Vigigame 72, I used the glass cleaner to start, then Brunswick foaming cleaner. Now the homemade mix of Simple Green isopropyl distilled water. Yeah. Vigigames, that's the safest thing for you, for anybody out there, is, like I said, Simple Green. Some of this cleaner, like if you inhale it, get in your eyes, it causes major damage. And not good for you. So, like I said, Simple Green is pretty much the safest thing to use out there right now. Tori Casey, I use X in the Pit cleaner, reasonable and very good. Awesome. Yeah, I know a couple of you guys use that stuff. Too Tall, lead us to the ball cleaner and then we'll decide whether to drink or not. You lead yourself. You figure out everybody is capable of looking at Google and knowing what is in your bowl ball cleaner. There's no secrets out there. There are some ingredients that will show proprietary blend or trade secret. I know some of those will say that in the list, but it'll show the chemical makeup of what it is. And it says they will only give that away if you need it for, like, say you swallowed it or something like that. They'll give it to a healthcare provider. It's like, hey, so-and-so poisoned himself by drinking this bowl ball cleaner, and he needs to know this secret blend. What is it? That's the only time it's said in that SDS that they can give that away. But there weren't too many that said proprietary blend. But even if it said proprietary blend, it didn't show like the percentage of it, but it showed what the main composition of that chemical was. So, Steve, so you're saying not to use gasoline and a lighter gasoline? Just asking for a friend. You know, some of these bowling balls like Motive, they smell like pure gasoline. Like the Motive Max Thrill, when I got that thing, I mean, it stunk on my whole garage like pure gasoline. So they're all made with petroleum. I'm kind of curious to see if they're actually flammable. I should do that as a test. Just see if a bowling ball will ignite under flame. And I found out the new bowling balls too, the Furies, they actually have a berry scent to them, which it's not like the citrus, like HK22, but they're trying to put other scents in them, like berries and stuff. Bowen Kev 18, thanks for the info on ball cleaners. Good to know. And like I said, I'm going to try to make a long format video on just what I found, just my research. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'll never tell you guys what to do. But I'll just tell you what I found and what the bowling ball companies are saying, what USBC is saying, and I may do a test just to show you guys, hey, this is what isopropyl alcohol does. I'll do like an experiment. I'll put cleaner on one, isopropyl alcohol on another, and maybe go buy two of the same balls and do a test that way and see, hey, does this ruin the cover stock? Does it stop hooking? And whatever. So Vigigames, only issue with the homemade mix is after sanding my ball, it was chalky. The mix wasn't cleaning it off well unless I really soaked it. Using the Brunswick stuff, in that case, cleared it off instantly. Gotcha. Alvin Coleman Jr., greetings, my friend. Welcome. Bowler Dan, back in the day, we used Windex. Yeah, and Windex is a commercially approved product on USBC's website. You can use Windex. And actually, my very first PSO, when I asked him, hey, what bowling ball cleaner should I get? He's like, you can just get Windex. I was like, okay. Windex is $3.50. You want a super inexpensive bowling ball cleaner? Windex. Yeah, yeah. Now I just buy the cheapest cleaner on Amazon. Exactly, Bowler Dan. Craig, hi, Miss Bowling Fool. I'm way behind. Sorry. Brundog 99 present. Tuto, hi, Miss Fool. Steve, Miss Fool in the house. He's running back and forth. Boulder Dan, hi, Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Hank the Hammer, what's up? Hey, all. Don Bowling Buddies 2. Didn't get a notification. Sorry. Oh, man. Yeah, make sure if you're watching the stream, hit the like and turn on all your notifications and stuff. Some people don't get the notifications. I don't know why. GT Ben. I use equal parts water, isopropyl, and a Simple Green. And it seems like half the people you do that, it's a basic cleaner. I buy a gallon of Simple Green for like $10. And the isopropyl alcohol is another $10. Water, you're $20, and that cleaner will last you easily a year. Tori Casey, Shock is my favorite ball. I'm loving that ball. Like I said, I brought that ball out from hibernation. It did not disappoint, and it didn't shape as well as the Alert. To be fair, on my Alert review, I also got a 279. The Alert has just been fire for me, and that ball is even sharper than my Zero Mercy Solid. Believe it or not, I was like, holy crap! That Alert. If you guys don't not have the Alert, do not wait on that ball. Get it, but the Venom Shock is a close second. The Venom Shock is more controllable, where the Alert is just like, boom. When it hits friction, it's like, boom. It's really sharp. It's pretty, I like the Alert. Alert was a damn good ball. It is a damn good ball. Don's Bowl Buddies, and thank you for the info about the Delta 18. I have the plate and XY ordered. Right on. Oh, right on. Yeah, you're the Don that emailed me. Sweet. I didn't even put two and two together. Right on. Cool. Yeah, that's coming out to you on should be out to you on Thursday. Tori Casey, 1214. Didn't even think of that ball. By the way, most of my guests, the balls, you're going to hear it here. I'm not going to tell you anywhere else. Most of the balls are balls that I have in my collection. So if you go through all my now I got rid of a few of them. I got rid of like 20 of them. But if you go through all my reviews, you'll see my whole collection. I did a review on every single ball that I own. The rare case, I don't think I'll do a guess the ball on a brand new ball that I won't do a review on. But I may. But I'm not going to tell anybody else that. So you guys watching, shh. Dead Polymers, what's up? How's it going? Almost missed the show. You are entered. You have 2 entries for tonight, Dead Polymers. Congratulations. You guessed the brand, which was the Track. It was a Track Archetype Hybrid. Too Tall, I think the Ultra Safe refers to resistance to air bubbles, cracking, etc., not the chemicals. Oh, okay. I thought the Ultra Safe meant the chemicals. I guess I was wrong. I never warm it or use a torch on the surface, and no air bubble yet. It was recommended by a JR Pro Shop. Okay. By the way, another thing if you guys are plugging bowling balls and you take a torch to it, do not take the torch and just sit there for a long ass time. because I read in there in the SDS that it was like polymerization or something like that. If you take a torch to it and you heat the chemical up, it will polymerize. I can't even remember the term they use, but it pretty much will harden right away and it'll start smoking. I did that to a plug a while back. I was like, oh, I'm going to keep the torch to it because I didn't know any better. And the damn thing started smoking. Even when I walked away from it for like 10 minutes, I come back and the thing was spewing out vapors. I'm like, holy crap, I won't do that again. So definitely be careful. The torch is just meant to get rid of the bubbles on the top. So it's just meant to hit it really quick, not to heat up the whole resin and hardener. Now, I do put it in warm water. I don't put it in boiling water, but I do put it in warm water just to thin out the mixture if it's really cold in my garage. But other than that, just be careful with the heat. Intent, have you ever thought about using additives to create a denser plug to try to compensate where the old holes were drilled and then using a less dense mix for other layers of the old holes? I just use the Wizard 31. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. The only thing I do is I put in the old hardened plug as a filler, and that seems to work pretty good. And then I don't have to use as much, and I haven't had a problem yet. So plug material is pretty expensive. I'm not going to go out and buy one just to use it as a thicker or a denser mix. And you pretty much have to use a 3-to-1 ratio they have. If you use any other kind of ratio, it's not going to blend right. It'll either be runny or it'll be too hard and too brittle. GT Ben, I have terrible vision, especially with colors. I couldn't even come up with an answer for the guess the ball fits. Oh, man. Yeah, and the darkness of the alley doesn't make it any better either, too. So, hey, if you guess the ball, like I said, some of them are going to be so hard. I'm just going to have it guess the brand, and you'll be good. You'll be good for an entry if you can guess the brand. You get what, a 1 in 9 ratio or 1 in 10 ratio, or 1 in 10 odds. Too tall. I've thought about it, EV, but I think the problem would be dissimilar materials, more risk of cracking. Oh yeah, you gotcha. Exactly. Tori Casey, the hats you said, most of yours you said are too big. That's right in my wheelhouse. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Tori, email me at thebowlingfool@gmail.com. I got a hat that's too big. I'll sell it to you for a discount if it was. I put it on. It's too big. It's in the. It's in the house. It's a. It's not a trucker hat. It's like this, but it's too big. So let me know if you want it. I think it has the new logo. Yeah, I think it's got the new logo on it too. Hank the Hammer, I use 50-50 mix of ISO and Fabuloso. Works amazing. Yeah, a lot of people are using Fabuloso. I think that's it's pretty much like the same thing as Simple Green, and I don't know if Fabuloso is non-toxic. I'd have to look at that. Fabuloso smells really good too. I got the lemon scented Simple Green, which is technically not approved, but I wanted to get a lemon scent to the ball. It's just a simple fragrance they put in there. It doesn't really affect the chemical composition. John Hayes, 6414. Why is it illegal to make a specific hybrid ball use in tournaments? Why is it illegal to make a specific hybrid ball use in tournaments? There was a ball. I don't know if you're talking about some of the banned balls before had, like Motive had some balls that were banned because the diff was too high when it went past 0.060. And then one of the bowlers that I bowl with on Tuesdays, he was rolling a UFO alert. And I said, that ball was banned, wasn't it? And he gave me the whole explanation of why it was banned, and I didn't know. But the Roto Grip, I think it was a Roto Grip UFO alert or Storm UFO alert, was banned because the polish they used on it made it too soft, I think it was. And I think they had to give everybody their money back or replace the ball or something. It cost them a lot of money. But it was all due to the polish they used on the ball. made the ball too soft. So that's why their ball got banned. But I'm not referring. I don't know what you're asking, John. What about a hybrid ball? I'm not sure. We get your question. Steve, isopropyl alcohol, depending on percentage, it dries so fast and won't hurt the ball. Exactly. Yeah, stuff pretty much dries on contact. And like I said, somebody in my comments, I don't know if it was true or not, said that Brian Buckhosh in testing uses it to get all oil off the ball. And I can tell you for a fact, because I looked it up on the safety data sheet, over half the cleaners that I looked at have some sort of ethanol or isopropyl alcohol in it. Dead polymers, I use Simple Green, alcohol, and water as well. Been using it since the 90s. Nice. Hank, that in their testing that it doesn't make the surface softer. Yep, that's right. And I don't think it does. Don's Bowl Buddy, Simple Green and alcohol. Right on. Tori Casey. I know some people use Fabuloso, Simple Green, and 50 feet isopropyl and have good results. Yep. I've been using it for over a year and a half now with perfect results. Haven't had any problem with any balls not hooking on me. And I surface balls once every 5 to 10 games, so yeah, I mean, I haven't had any kind of problem. I'm a budget minded guy. I mean, I'm cheap. I know you can't tell all the bowling balls I buy, but certain things I'm pretty frugal, and stuff that I use on a daily basis, like bowling ball cleaner that's real expensive, I'm just going to make my own. It's like, I'm going to save $1. And I even bottle it too. You get 2 bottles on Amazon, 2 of these glass bottles on Amazon for $10. And they work good, so. Tori says, if that doesn't damage the ball, I'm on board. Can make a gallon of that cheap. Yeah, it doesn't damage it. Tori Casey, clean mine every week and my balls last a long time. Yep. Steve, I doubt they even check pros because they go to the tour truck and just get a new ball and drill it and go. If they service change the gear, is there to do it on the spot? Yeah. I was watching, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I was thinking they would be really strict on the pro circuit just because there's a lot of money involved. Don's Bone Bodies, can you use turtle wax or just the turtle was in it creating the difference wax? Yeah. So that was one thing that I looked at with the SDS, the safety data sheet, is I looked up the turtle wax that I use and a competitor's polish that says it has turtle wax on. I'm not going to name any names. Pretty much the identical. And you can look at it, you can compare the difference yourself. Pretty much identical. Almost identical ingredients. I think the only thing that was missing was like aluminum oxide or something like that. But if you look up which turtle wax has aluminum oxide, and it comes up with the exact same polish that I got. So essentially it's the same exact stuff. You can just do your research. Like I said, I'm going to make a video trying to educate you guys on this stuff because I'm getting educated on this. It's like, because I want to know what the hell's in it. And if I don't know, that probably means there's some of you guys out there that don't know. So I didn't even know an SDS was a damn thing until a couple days ago. So I knew material safety data sheet from the flying days, right? I knew that all that stuff had data sheets to it, and that was illegal. Every chemical or every material has to have a data sheet, but every chemical out there has to have a safety data sheet. That's available to the public, and they will actually list that on their website. So you can go to their website, Don, and it'll have their SDS for every single one of their ingredients. I'm sorry, every single one of their products. Teal Jaguar still here, bold 44 total over average tonight. Hell yeah. What ball are you using, Teal? Johnny Be Good, 3323. Johnny MC J Milton here. Boom. Johnny Be Good, right on. My old email is Johnny Pilot. Spelled the same way. Dead Polymers. My hammer axe with about 500 serves has been killing it in my league. Thanks again for the free ball. You got it, man. Yeah, Dead Polymers and Grumpa were the 2 winners of the wheel spin on my last one. They both chose the same color hammer axe, the green one, which is beautiful. I hope you guys got a really good pour because the father-in-law got a really good pour on his. What Bisa G, what kind of ratio do you use for Simple Green and water? So I went a little bit less on the isopropyl alcohol. So I pretty much do 40% Simple Green, 40% water, 20% isopropyl alcohol. And it seems to work pretty good. Haven't had a problem. You could do 30, 30, 30 if you want, not a problem. And whatever you want to do. I don't think there's any really rule. Hank the Hammer, 50-50. There you go. Hank the Hammer says 50-50. Hank the Hammer, Mo Pinnell proved you have to use heat over 140. As long as you use it around 120, it's scientifically proven the plasticizer doesn't come out. Good. Thank you for that. Yeah. I love watching old Mo Pinnell videos because he was so scientific on everything. Guy was absolutely brilliant with numbers, and I think he was an engineer, you know. But yeah, you wanted to see somebody that would tell you, hey, that's BS. This is the answer, and I'm going to show you how I got the answer. That was Mo Pinnell right there. Rest in peace. It's literally chemical science. Yeah, exactly. Steve Suter, Pyramid Ball Revival is is 158 degrees. Yeah, exactly. Was your pyramid that good? Yeah, 160 degrees. Hank the Hammer, that's because they're a cheap company. Dustin Smith is both some oil, but no doubt plasticizer. Pop a new ball in the reviver and see what comes out. I've put brand new balls in mine and nothing comes out. So, and that gets I have the single ball reviver and it gets to 140, which I got to do a test because I think I think it says 140, but in actuality, it's probably 120. It's just the way that thing is made. I put brand new balls in there. Nothing comes out. So the only thing that comes out are the used balls that I know, even on my balls that I've used. I'll throw it in there because I clean my balls meticulously. I'll throw it in there for an hour. I'll take it out, and there is literally nothing on the ball. There's nothing. No oil, no plasticizer, no nothing. The only time I see oil come out of that is from people that I know that have not cleaned their bowling balls. That's the only time, and I can speak for myself. So, Tudor, my experience with CTD Turtle Wax is that it's great for making balls go straight, but not so much for late hook. Much prefer factory compound or Power Edge for that. I thought I saw you make a post not too long ago on somebody saying that you love the CTD Turtle Wax. Are you not liking it now? Or are you using it on your spare balls? It's probably good for spare balls. And it's funny because Power Edge for me makes my ball go straight. Although I've kind of slowed my speed down, so I should probably try Power Edge. Hank the Hammer, if it's too hot. Tori Casey, game flow is what keeps me consistently cleaning when it comes back. Don't like hovering around when someone is getting ready. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't clean my ball after it comes back on the thing. I mean, I'll wipe my ball down when I'm ready to go for the next frame, but depending on how long it was, it's pretty much already absorbed in the ball. But as long as you clean it after your session, I think you're good to go. Dan Francis, I put new balls in them. Some have bled and some didn't. Which reviver did you? Yeah, I guess it would probably make a difference what brand ball it is. I pretty much have majority Brunswick balls, and those don't bleed anything when I put them in. So let me know what brand you're putting in and what kind of oven you have. Do you have the single ball reviver, or do you have the two ball that most pro shops have that rotate on it, that rotate the balls automatically? I'm kind of curious. But maybe the brand has something to do with it too. Maybe the different brands. Brunswick for me has been pretty good with not leaking any oil out on brand new ones. Josh Green Online Emporium 363690. That's a hell of a name. Maybe the newer cover stocks have different plasticizers than what was previously used. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why heat might damage it more. Yeah, it probably. I know they're doing crazy stuff with these cover stocks now. They are night and day difference with what they had even 5-10 years ago. So very curious. I would love to be a fly on the wall in their chemical labs for the bowling ball companies, just see what they use, you know. Now, all that stuff, like I think the bowling ball would cover under material safety data sheet, and all that is like top secret, proprietary blend, trade secret. They're not going to give that stuff out. Most of that stuff is under patent as well, too. Too Tall, Dead Palmer's glad to hear that Axe is working good for you using it in a house shot league, or if so, where are you playing? Johnny Be Good, I use Life After Death from Amazon. It seems to work great. Haven't baked any balls yet. Life After Death is one of those, make sure you look up the safety data sheet. I think that was the one that had every single warning on it. It's like, holy crap. Definitely want to wash your hands and wear gloves if you're using that stuff. Submarine Mike, my Venom Hysteria smells horrible. Yeah, the motives stink. Motives smell horrible. Joshua Green, the Vice cleaner smells like Windex. Yep. And like I said, the majority of those cleaners are the same exact stuff as some of the commercial brands, believe it or not. Too Tall, Dead Polymer, as I was saying, I was saying earlier that my Sanded Axe works on shorter sport shots, but haven't been able to figure out how to use it on house shots. Steve, why not just use Dawn dish detergent and water? You can do that too. But Steve is not approved. USB-C is going to come at you and bust you. Yeah, there's so many things you can use, you know, to be honest with you, to clean your bowling ball. It's like I said, when I looked at, if you look at the list, there's literally 12 pages, and each page has a list of 36 cleaners and polishers. And it comes out to like 460 different cleaners. And that was just from 2015. I mean, sorry, 2025. Big Peter, what's up? Hey, Bowling Fool, how you liking the Alpha Crux? Love the Alpha Crux. I may do a comparison video with that and the Zero Mercy Solid because they're both pretty darn comparable. And the Alpha Crux is really good. Sometimes it's almost too strong for me. So, yeah, I've rolled it probably about 12, 15 games so far, and I'm liking it. I may bring it tomorrow to League, roll it some more. We shot Roman candles at each other. It was a great time. Right on for 4th of July. Yeah. I heard there was some mischief down in Southern California, down at Newport Beach, and then up at Tahoe, a bunch of people causing mischief. And oh, man. Dustin Smith, the polish affected the hardness test. It basically lubed the needle used to punch into the ball for hardness testing. That's the story anyways. Interesting, huh? Oh yeah, for the UFO alert. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Johnny Be Good. Life After Death also has a vanilla smell. The wife doesn't mind. That's cool. Nice. Joshua Green, what kind of surface pads are you using? I will say CTD pads are good. I use the Amazon red ones that are 24 pack. A 24 pack is around $20, and they work really good for me. I just used them today. And I use those when I service my bowling balls after a plug job. I don't spend $5 a pad. I'm not, like I said before, I'm frugal. I'm sure those pads are really good. But I'm like, hey, give me a 24 pack for under 75 cents a pad. There you go. I'm not picky. It pretty much does the same stuff. Dead polymers, too tall. I'm okay. Too tall. The moment fool ain't paying CTD prices. He's using Home Depot sandpaper. That's right. Yeah, I ain't using exactly. I went and bought this when my very first polish was the CTD, right? And it's powered by Turtle Wax. And I was like, $35. I'm like, this stuff's probably the same stuff as Turtle Wax. Well, so I fill it with Turtle Wax, $6, same exact stuff. Let's see. Submarine, let's see. How you like the VK? Ed, what's up, my friend? Watching 2025 US Open pattern, number 3, 52 feet, 23 mils. We'll be bowling on this pattern tomorrow night. Oh, man, I will start with my GB5 Solid 800 grit. Woo, 800 grit. Hey, Steve, how are your sport shots working? Which one's been the hardest for you so far? Kind of curious. John Hayes, it's crazy surface rules and other like if you fused half plastic, half urethane, it's illegal. Yeah, they get crazy with surface. And I find it funny that they banned urethane and all these pros are like, okay, we're just going to use a plastic ball. It's like, any way to skirt around the rules, I find it so funny. If there's a will, there's a way. Tudo, DP, that makes sense. How do you drill? Okay. Larry Tripp, good evening, everybody. Just got home from work, now on the live. Thanks for joining us, Larry Tripp. Appreciate your time and spending with us. Hank the Hammer, same. Tudo, I love CTD polish for my spare ball. There you go. Yeah, I need to polish my mix because I haven't polished my mix in a long time and it has like a track on it. Well, I went to go shoot my 10 pin the other day and the damn thing hooked on me last minute. I'm like, this ball is supposed to hook. So I got to make sure you polish your spares, everybody. Your spare balls. Tuto, and ZVL backs me up on that. There you go. Colin, what up? Got a ball spinner. So slowly building my own DIY pro shop. Heck yeah, man. It's fun having your own stuff, isn't it? Dead polymers, too tall. Axe has a small nugget core, not a pancake. You have a few ounces of weight to play with. Drill mine with a max layout to get 2 inches of flare, enough to give a bit of shape. Nice. Dan Francis, homemade space heater box. All right on. Revs on the left, right on. What's up? Sorry I'm late. Can you start the whole stream over? Revs on the left. I'm not going to go over everything in the beginning, but since you're here, you were entered into the wheel spin that I'll do later. I'm going to try to end this stream at 7 p.m. So yeah, you are entered. So anybody that comments on here is entered. Welcome, Revs on the left. Tori Casey, life after death is creating the difference product. Quit using it because my daughter hates the smell. Yeah, I heard some of that stuff absolutely reeks. Yeah, there's some crazy chemicals in some of those stuff, and that's probably what you're smelling. Some of those stuff, if it smells bad, is probably not good for you. And you want to make sure you use it outside or make sure you got plenty of ventilation, because some of those have a warning that says, do not inhale, right? So be very careful. Steve, Revs, you crazy. Too tall. Revs in the building. What's good? John Hayes, old-fashioned spit and polish. I find a lot of the old school bowlers don't even bother. Like, you clean your bowling balls? Who the hell does that? I don't do that. Nobody does that anymore. Just let the oil shine the ball. Let it nice and shiny. I haven't cleaned my ball in 5 years. And some of the old league players like, I said, how do you get your oil out of the ball? I'll put it out in the sun, or I'll put it next to my fireplace and get the oil out there. I was like, oh boy. Be careful. I know some people put their balls out in the sun, or they'll put their balls next to a fireplace to get the oil out. Be careful, because all you're doing is heating the ball on one side. So if you have a single ball reviver, you have to move the ball every 15 minutes. And if you're doing it outside, I would just rotate the ball every 10 minutes or so to make sure that the heat doesn't focus on just one spot, because you could crack your ball. Could, right? Revs, we're gonna do. Let's see. $2. So Revs, we're gonna do a triple threat hammer axe roll off with the Boneful next time he comes down to LA. Yeah, I gotta get a hammer axe then. I gotta go buy myself a hammer axe. I got spare coming out my Yazoo. I've got like 7 or 8 spare balls that I just like. Oh, which spare ball do I want to use today? It's like, okay. I use of all my spare balls, I use the Mix the most. The Mix is my most tried and true ball. I think that's my best spare ball that I have. The second one I use is the clear spare ball, or the teal one that I use. That has a little bit of hook to it. And the next one I use would be the zombie ball, the DV8 zombie ball, just because it looks cool. But it is fun, you know. Which ball do I want to use today? Steve, too tall, not a fan of CTD products. Yep. A little pricey on this stuff. Joshua Green Online Emporium. I think it's like $100 to have USB-T tests and approve a cleaner. That's it? $100? That's cheap. And approve a cleaner. It could be interesting if someone had the $100 to gamble away to make one and get them to approve it. Hell, I'll make one myself. If that's true, $100? Damn, I need to get in the bowling ball industry. That's they made $65 million in 2025. Bowling ball cleaner and polishes. It's insane. Another 6 years is slated to make $125 million. Yeah, I'm in the wrong line of business. So if it's $100, I'm definitely doing it. John Hayes, 6414. Q. What balls pick up more oil from Lane? Shiny balls or dull? I would probably say dull. I mean, that's just a guess to me, because I would say the cover stock makes it. I would say that the polish, like a pearl, would repel, but maybe I'm wrong. Would repel the oil more. And I would think a dull ball would absorb more, but I could be wrong. I don't never claim to know everything. Steve, Viper was the worst. Bowl Dead Man's Curve tomorrow for the championship. Right on. Viper. I'll have to remember that. Dead Man's Curve tomorrow. So it's almost over then, huh? The championship? Right on. All right. So I got an email, a pic of Magic Eraser after cleaning my Monsoon. Right on. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Steve started with 209 average, now 189. A 189 is not bad for sport pattern, Steve. Like, dude, that's pretty damn good. If you can manage at 189, my hat's off to you. You're doing really damn good. What's your favorite ball? Do you have a favorite ball that you use for sport shot, or do you kind of mix it up based on what sport shot it is? Too tall. Thanks, DP. I'm probably getting an inch or so of flare, so I guess not bad for a one-hander. I've got another weaker ball of Santa the Pollock. I want to ask. Hank the Hammer Hook Monster by CTD smells awful. Yeah. I don't like cleaners that smell bad. Like I said before, if it smells bad, there's probably something bad in it. Peter the Bowler. Okay, Mo. Yeah. Submarine Mike sent an email with pic of my Magic Eraser after cleaning my ball before the spray cleaner. Yucky. John Hayes 6414. My weights in the house. My weights in the house was the rubber kind. The house smelled like a tire company for 2 months after the smell went away. Oh, yeah, yeah. Some of the rubber bowling balls from back in the day too. Like I told my PSO, I'm like, hey, what do you think about like buying an old rubber ball, like an old AMF, Brunswick AMF rubber ball, and drilling it up and rolling it? He's like, I refuse to drill rubber balls because my pro shop will smell like rubber for the next week. He's all, if you want your garage to smell like rubber, yeah, go for it. If you want a good spare ball, because they pretty much go straight. With that said, Oh gosh, I can't remember. It was a thing I forgot to write down. There's a YouTuber out there, and he gets all this old footage, bowling footage from like the 50s and 60s, and cleans it up and makes it like 2K really good. And I was watching one the other day from 1965. The winner got I think it was $500. I was like, damn. I looked up what's $500 worth in 2026 time. It was like winning like $3,500. Anyway, I'll have to remember the name. I can't remember the name, but I watched the whole thing. They used obviously they were using, I think, rubber balls. They pretty much, the balls went straight, maybe a slight hook. I don't think there was any oil on the lanes whatsoever. They didn't wipe their balls off. They just grabbed their balls and rolled. And it was they had a trap door ball return at this alley. So it's just like this square. And as soon as the ball came up, the door went kind of like back like that. And then the ball came up through. It was really cool looking. I forgot the guy's name. He's a relatively new YouTuber, and he pretty much only focuses on old content. We're talking the 1960s, and I was like, man, this footage it's just fun to watch that old stuff. Get a kick out of it. And he also puts in commercials that were at that time, like there was a Sprite commercial. There was like a Sprite in the bottle commercial. I was like, holy crap. And then like cigarette commercials. I'm like, damn. See, I don't think they were actual commercials that were used, but he tries to get them from the actual year that bowling competition was held. It's pretty cool. By the way, if you're on this stream, hit the like. Help me out, my friends. Don's Bowling Buddy, storms bleed if you use them a lot and crack if you don't use if you don't use them. Wow. John Hayes, I want the ball to use in Kingpin. The one with the rose in it, or the one with the glitter on it, the gold glitter. Yeah, that ball pretty cool. Revs on the left, what's a spare ball? Yeah, some people don't use spare balls. They use their house ball and just flatten out their wrist. Revs on the left, one of those. Pretty much the only time I'll use my spare ball is for anything on the right-hand side. Anything on the left-hand side, I'm using my regular ball and I'm hooking it over. I'm just not very good with straight ball to the left side for whatever reason. Steve Suter, Radical Black Hole, game 1, and then either Bionic or Monsoon. A Radical Black Hole is a ball I want to get. That's probably my next ball. I've heard nothing but good things. And if you're using it, it means it's a good ball. And either Bionic. Another ball I want to get to is a Bionic Monsoon game 2. And if lanes are finally broken down, the Piranha game 3, right on. Shot 241 game 3 last week with the Piranha. It was on a 2023 Scorpion. Damn. Yeah, I love the Piranha. I haven't rolled the Piranha in over a month. I need to roll that again. I love the Piranha. I love fooling people and going, I'm just going to use this house ball over here. My balls aren't working. And the people in my league believe me. Oh, we're going to try to end this stream at 7. So if you're here, you just entered. My wife is writing down your name, so you'll be entered into the wheel spin. And if you did the guess the ball the last couple weeks, if you guessed correctly, I also gave you a free entry as well too. So you want to be here for that. You have to be present to win. So some of you guys got 2 or 3 extra entries, so your odds have just increased. I want to kind of get through this real quick. I got a couple other things to talk about before we go back on the chat. The ball deals, you guys, holy moly. The deals are still active right now. This weekend, if you guys didn't notice, bowling balls for crazy deals, and a lot of them too. So Buddies, crazy killer deals. Pretty much all the top brands from Brunswick. And the Spartan, I'm almost tempted to get the Spartan. It's $129 at Bowling World has killer deals too. I would check all of them because Buddies has some of the balls that are cheaper than Bowling World, and then Bowling World has balls that are cheaper than Buddies. And then bowling.com also has some deals too. But I think the sale, I checked this morning and those deals are still going on. You can get balls for $99. Killer deal, killer balls right now for $99. Stealth Hybrid, I think $104. Radical Outer Limits, the original one, for $104. But yeah, check them out. There's a lot of good deals. The Spartan, I'm surprised, is even on sale. I think that's like if you watch ZVL stream, it's a sleeper ball. Definitely, probably going to be my next ball is a Spartan. Or also the Black Widow Tour V1 is $139. I think that's Bowling World. I'm tempted to get that one too. So let me know if any of you guys have those. The Tour V1 is very enticing to me. Also, the Hammer Effect Tour. If you have both of those, tell me which one you like better. But I'm kind of leaning towards the Black Widow Tour V1. But yeah, killer deals on all those websites. If you guys are in the market for a ball, Buddies has promo codes. I think it's Save Cart 5 or Save Cart 10, depending on how much you spend. Bowling World uses points. Bowling.com, I think ZVL may have a code with them or something. I'm not sure. Gebhardt's, you order from Gebhardt's, they do a monthly code. So it changes every month. So if you put something, Gebhardt's has, I didn't check their website this morning, but they have some good deals too. They're located on the East Coast up in Pennsylvania. Put something, you got to log in, make an account, put a ball in your cart, log out, or just click out, and they'll send you an email later. Hey, you forgot something in your cart, my friend. Here's the code. Use this to save 5%, right? So it's up to you guys. But I would check all of them and get the best deal because there's really good deals out there. I wouldn't be particular to, I'm never loyal to one online company. Whoever has the best deal, I'm getting it from them. I took a little break from Bowling World just because they screwed me on a surprise ball, but that's a surprise ball, and you get what you get. So I took a chance, and I got the Beyond Infinity. Wah, wah, wah. Also, too, all the new balls that came out, which ones are you guys excited to get? So the Warning Alert, I definitely am interested in that, and also the Theorem Hybrid, the new Theorem Hybrid. I brought out the Theorem Hybrid the other day. It was kind of not as good as I remember it, but I'm kind of curious to see what the new hybrid entails. Also, the Deviate Intense Collision. I love the Collision line. This is a Pearl version. I was hoping for another solid. The Brutal Collision is the best by far, and then followed by the Severe Collision. But very, very intrigued with the Intense Collision. That's a Pearl. Let's see what else we got here. The Bowl Expo. If you guys were watching, a lot of the people that went to Bowl Expo have been posting, ZVL posted on that. The automatic ball driller. Holy crap! They're gonna do away with PSOs. Like I said, probably the next 20 years. You better go into. Hopefully, we have bowling alleys in 20 years. Heck, we got to keep it going. 20 years, you're going to go into a bowling alley. They're going to have a machine. You pick a bowling ball. You're going to put it in and put your hand in the machine. It's going to size your hand, all that stuff, and out comes a bowling ball drilled with inserts and all that stuff. I guarantee in the next 20 years. And that's this automatic bowling ball driller, which ZVL says I think is like 50. Is probably going to cost $50,000. Will it's going to change the game. I think places like Buddies that do a ridiculous amount of drilling will benefit from that at first. And once they can master it and make it a little bit cheaper and market a little bit better, maybe more and more busy pro shops will get it. But I can see the online drillers using that. Also, to the new Storm, I think it's an F5, the calculator little device you put in your ball. That they want $300, and then after the first year, it's $99 for a subscription. That's just where they get you. Too tall, I guarantee you're getting this. Being an engineer that you are, I guarantee you're going to get that device and get all your stats. I know for a fact the brother-in-law is getting it. He's a numbers guy. But it's this little device you put in your fingers, and it tells you all your revs, your speed and all that stuff, and your tilt and all that. And it's got a sensor on your phone. It's like, damn, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. But $300, I'll stick a piece of tape on my ball to figure out how many revs I'm getting. But it is pretty cool. Maybe when the brother-in-law gets it, I'll ask to use it. Can I use that real quick? I want to see. Okay, cool. And then we covered that. Awesome. Good. So covered all the stuff I wanted to cover here. Oh, man, we got a member here. Let's see. I looked away, and we got a new member. Hold on. Let me go back and see who it was. Okay. Okay. Ed says, I like my Pyramid Phoenix Reviver. Yeah, because Pyramid makes one. Detox ball every 30 games. Works great for solid balls. Nice. Is that the water one? Let me know. I can't remember. Steve Suter, my Evil Eye crack. No, just got approved for a new ball last Thursday. Nice. Damn. Evil Eye cracked. Wow. Yeah, that's under warranty. What ball are you going to get another Evil Eye to replace it? Larry Tripp, I have bought the purple stuff from CTD. It works good and lasts long as well. Nice. Too Tall. Steve, yeah, 189 is the president for Sport League. Yeah, congrats. Exactly. Too Tall. Larry in the building. What's good, fam? Larry Tripp. Too Tall. What's good? Tori, my PSO has the Rose Ball in the shop. Nice. I was tempted to get that Rose Ball, but it was only available in like 14 pounds back when I started bowling. And I was like, I don't want to get 14. Steve, yeah, but last week I had 692 series. Damn, finally got it together. Hell yeah, good job, dude. John Hayes, Rose looks cool. Rose on the left. No money for bowling balls. Yeah. Too Tall. I know, it's like I'm kind of like tapped out right now on bowling balls, and I see all these deals online. I'm like, you bastards, you're doing this to me on purpose. So I don't want to get a ball that's going to overlap. So I think the Spartan's going to overlap a lot of balls, but I think the Tour V1 may be similar to the Alert. I don't know. The Alert's pretty good. So I don't want to I pretty much have all the balls tapped out, but what I'm doing now is I'm going through my collection and getting rid of some of the balls I don't need anymore, and then replacing them with the new ones. That's always fun. But yeah, I'm like you, Rev, man. I'm pretty tapped out right now. I'm like, what can I do for content? So what I'll do for content, I'll kind of do maybe comparisons. Right now, I'll do until I get a new ball comparisons, and maybe I got that bowling ball cleaner video that I want to do that I want to tap into. Tudal, you're doing better than I am. I think I'd established at 160 something subbing in post sport league, mostly one off one good 250 game. Nice. Tori Casey, ZVL polishes a Spartan. Damn. I thought he sanded his Spartan. I thought he put surface on. He polishes it. Damn. I saw it created a difference video today on the Spartan Pearl, and damn, when he put surface to that, holy crap, did that thing come alive. Revs on the left. I used my Evil Eye Saturday for practice, but it was hooking too much on the fresh. I was hooking the lane for a 10 pin. John Hayes, my first ball in the 80s was a laser. I don't even remember that one. Steve, well, what layout did you use? Oh, hell yeah. Don's Bowling Buddies, you are now a legend member. Hell yeah, my friend. Thank you, dude. I'm much appreciated. Much love go out to Don Bowling Buddies. Your name will now be featured. And I will give you a shout out in every single one of my long format videos. Boom. Welcome to the club, my friend. You are part of a very few select elite group. There's only a few of you, but you are the best and a badass. Hell yeah. Revs on the left. I'm a bowling world and an eBay expert. There you go. Yeah. eBay has some good deals too. There was a Spartan that I was watching on eBay that went for, with shipping, it went out for like $125. It was, or 120 bucks. It wasn't that great of a deal. But you find some deals on eBay for sure. By the way, there's a little tidbit about membership too. So members, anything that I sell, you'll get 5% off. I don't have a shop yet, right? But I do sell coffee mugs. I sell t-shirts in any color except black, any size. And then I sell I can't do any percentage off the alignment rods or jigs. It's a little bit, I can't do that yet. But what else do I sell? Oh yeah, hats. So, and then you'll get to see I put my videos out a day before my long format videos, a day before they're released to the public. So, and then you get a shout out on all my long format videos. By the way, I wanted to give a shout out too. I had these right in front of me. I want to give a shout out to, where's it at here? Oh gosh, I thought I wrote it down here. Did I write it down? Oh yeah, this new pitch gauge. So if you guys are into pro shops, you're doing your own pro shops and stuff, this is something that you need to get. This is something that I didn't think I needed to get, and this was one of the last things I bought. And they got me big time on the price on these. This is Jayhawk Perfect Pitch Gauge. They are very smart in what they do because you have to get 3 different sizes. One for interchangeable thumbs, one for fingers, right? Over $100 each is the cheapest for these, right? The BoeingIndex.com, I think is like maybe $250, $260 for these. You have to buy individual ones. They're very thin and flimsy. They're 3D printed. Well, a couple months ago, a couple guys got together and made one of these, which is essentially the same damn thing. So one of the guys that bought my jig, he's a customer of mine, him and his buddy got together and made this on 3D printer, I believe. And they made it way better than this, okay? I've tried it out. I'm using it on a couple of my videos that I did, but I want to showcase it on my next bowling ball that I use so you can see it in action on a brand new bowling ball. And I want to do it I want to kind of give them props on my long format videos. So they make these in different colors. This is red. I think they do a turquoise and a blue. Don't quote me. But you can go to Strike Factory Pro Shop at gmail.com. These are $75 via PayPal, I believe, is how they're taking payment. And if you do goods and services, just add $3. It's $78. So you don't buy these through me, but I just want to give a shout out to them. The one thing I do like about these is it's one size fits all. They made these little things on the bottom that just pop off. So these are when you want to you want to see the pitch on your interchangeable thumbs. And these are when you do fingers. Boom, all in one. And they fit in there nice and easy. And this stuff, the plastic they use on this is way thicker, way stronger. And the numbers are not some cheap ass sticker that Jayhawk uses. This is just a sticker they put on there. And if you're old like me, you can't read this tiny little writing, right? That's one thing I had a pain in the ass. I had to put on my damn readers to read these numbers here. Well, you don't need readers for these numbers here. They're nice and clear, and it's actually on there. It's not a sticker. So they did a good job. So kudos, my friends out at Strike Factory Pro Shop at gmail.com. Did a killer job. So if you guys are looking, I can't recommend these enough. So thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to end it in a few minutes here. Did you get the list? Okay, I'll take the list. So we're all done with everybody that's been on the stream today. Got it. I got all, holy moly. Oh, shoot, 36. 36 of you, awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do. Awesome. Thank you, my love. Thank you for doing that. So give a big hand for Jenna for writing everybody's name down on this sheet. For everybody that was on there, saved me a lot of time. You are a rock star, my love. We will. Okay, so I'm using a very old iPad from 2010 to have this wheel spin on there, just because I can't do it on here as well. So I have to use the old version wheel spin, and so sometimes my iPad freezes up on me. So we'll wait for that to kick up again. Bowling Kev, warning alert for sure. Yeah, the alert, like I said, is awesome. I think I'm very curious to see how the hybrid's going to act. All right, so I'm just going to put some numbers in here. Okay, 25, we'll go 26, 27, 'All right, let me just put these numbers in real quick. 34. Yeah, 36. Okay, awesome. So thank you guys, all 36 of you watching here. And if I didn't put your name in there, sorry. We pretty much end it. If you don't have your name in here by now, you'll just have to try for next stream and try to get on my next stream a little bit earlier to be entered. So appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here forever. And I've got to end this at 7. Okay, so what I have, I'm going to shuffle all the names in here. I'm going to do a whole bunch of shuffles. I'll do about 15 different shuffles here. And I don't see Nick in here. Nick, man, where are you? You have so many entries. You're always on my live streams. Bowler Dan, looking for the Fury line. Heck yeah. So I'm going to finish up the comments. We'll do the wheel spin, and then we'll call it a night. So I'm going to try to get everybody's comment here real quick. Looking toward the Fury line. The Fury line looks pretty good for a low end ball. I'm looking forward to those as well too. Alex 9 really like the Tour V1. Won some money with that ball. Okay, maybe I'm pretty much looking at the Tour V1. I'm 90% had my decision on the Tour V1, especially for $139, and they get a promo code with that. It'll come out to be like $130. Dead Polymers, I'm curious about the new Intel and the Fury line. Yeah, the Intel is supposed to be the better one, right? The one that everybody wanted originally. Don's Bowling Buddies, I have a Tour V1 and Tour Effect. I can't find much difference. Okay, that's what I figured. Jason Atreides, yeah, Intel and Fury for me. Dead Polymers, next thing you know, they'll have string ball drillers. Tudal, if you watch his vid, ZVL is building his rev rate. 2 or 3 years ago, he would never polish that ball. Damn, okay, nice. Jason Atreides, anyone interested in the finger grip sensors? I'm kind of interested in it, but it's a little too expensive. And then they try to gouge you on the subscription. It's like, come on. Huh.
We have 3 people that wrote, like, I'm here, I'm here.
Okay, no more. There's 3 more that said I'm here. There's no more. So after this 3 that are on there, no more. Sorry, guys. I've got to end this around 7 p.m. tonight. I can't go any longer. Rezo left. Steve Suter. Okay. Steve Revs. Okay. All right.
Tell its accuracy. I got it.
Okay. Woo. Okay. I looked into doing what Radical does, is the how they enter with the email and stuff. And I may do that, but I think it's a subscription you got to pay. Of course, everything's a damn subscription now, so I may wait on that. I do this wheel for now. It's a little bit. It works for me. It's free. Oh yeah, the Wicked Gremlin looks good too, Ed. I like the way that looks. But the Gremlin Tour X is Steve's favorite ball, so I don't know. It's got to compete with that one. Revs on the left. I shot 680 with my alert last week. Nice. I've been putting up really high scores with alert. I'm almost tempted to use the alert all 3 games tomorrow for league. That ball was magic. John Hayes, does anyone remember when they manually put the pins up? But I barely remember, but I am 57. There's a lady on my league tomorrow that is in her 80s, and she remembers human pin setters in the 1950s. She's been bowling since the 1950s, and she remembers pin boys would go set up your pins. I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome. Submarine Mike, I want to get the F5 or the Witsy tracking device. Nice. Looking at the new Gremlin myself, Tori says, Steve Suter Revs, that layout is for what I thought it was a little much. That's why I went to the next layout. Ugh. I got to hit shuffle again since I put numbers in there. Okay. Too tall. Yeah, I made a sensor. Enables beach about 10 years ago for the company open house, but nothing small enough to fit in the thumb hole. Oh, damn, you made a sensor? Holy crap. That's awesome. Boy, I figured you'd make something like that. Are you going to get it? Too tall? I guarantee you're going to get that. Dustin Smith, bowl sense is another sensor option. Okay, damn, I didn't know there was more than one option. Revs on the left, Steve Suter. I got that layout when I was still throwing too hard. Submarine Mike, no such thing as too many balls. There you go. It's accuracy. What was the question on to be on the wheel? There's no question. You just had to be in here. So you're good. It's accuracy. The questions that got you more entries. I'm giving you more chances to enter on those guess the ball video shorts that I do. All right, that's how you can get more entries. But if you're on my live stream, you're entered. As long as you're in the lower 48 states, right? Because I don't want to have to deal with shipping international. So sorry, international people. If you're international and you win, I don't know what we're going to do. But this is mainly limited to people in the lower 48. No, I'm reading the comments here. And let's see, Alex9. I keep looking at the deals, but I've stormed not to buy for a while. Then, of course, last week I was entered a ball, taking a tourney and won an Alpha Crux. Damn, you won an Alpha Crux? Good job, dude. Holy moly. Speaking of DIY, do you have your 3D printer yet? No, I decided to wait on the 3D printer too tall. Had other things I had to spend my money on at the time. So I was like, the 3D printer is going to wait for a little bit, but I'm going to definitely get the one that I told you about. I forgot the brand name, but yeah, I pretty much asked like 5 other people and they all said, yeah, I get that one. Alex9 Sworn. Okay, Resident Left. I have the Alert, the Effect Tour, and the Tour V1. I use the Alert more, but I have a 288 game and a 750 with a V1. Damn. And I haven't thrown Effect Tour in like 8 months when I start to cycle through. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'll get the Tour V1. Submarine Mike, my wife, Teal Jaguar, just became a member too. Right on. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. So there's 2 members. So I've got, what is it? Legend members will get shout outs on my videos. And then I've got Hero members. So Hero is my basic member. I think it's $1.99. Thank you to all my members. But Legend members will get one step above, and I'll give a shout out on all my videos. And then but all members, no matter what member you are, will see my videos before anybody at the public, and all members get discounts on any of my items that I sell, mugs, shirts, hats, etc. So yes, thank you very much. I don't see when Teal Jaguar became a member. I guess I don't see Hero members on here for some reason. Huh, weird. I thought it would, but thank you for becoming a member. Heck yeah. And Legend member is $2.99 a month. I keep it pretty cheap. And all the money that I get, I tell you guys before, all the money that I get from you guys, from YouTube, right, goes right back to you guys in this giveaway. I don't keep any of it, right? It goes right back to you guys. So that's one thing I take pride in my channel, as I want to give back to you guys. A lot of people say they give back to you guys. It's for the people. Well, you guys don't do giveaways. So I want to be honest with, if I say I'm for the people, I'm for the people. I want to give you stuff based on you guys watching my videos. So thank you. Pyramid Reviver is dry air. Heats up to 125 degrees. Rotate balls on each side. Gotcha. 30 minutes each. Try to clean ball. We'll warm a clean clogged pores. Bull and Kev, I have one. Those are awesome. Steve, the one ball that's about to be left on the alley is a Gremlin 2 or X. That ball is 18 games on. It's a turd for me. Yeah, I'd love to see engineers doing it better for cheaper. Heck yeah. It's accuracy. I just got here. Gotcha. Don's Bowling Boys, great job. Teal Jaguar. There you go. Teal Jaguar shows a bowling ball. It doesn't let me know. That's weird. Okay, sweet. Thank you, Teal Jaguar. Much appreciated. Welcome to the club. Mama needs a mystery ball. I just became a member. Right on. Too tall. Thank you, Jenna. Gotcha. Johnny Be Good. Thank you, Miss Fool. It's accuracy imminent entry. Yes, you are in the entry. Spectre. I've been trying to decide between the Track Mako Attack and the Gremlin 2 or X for a hybrid ball. Track Mako Attack. I never heard that one. It's accuracy. Lumpy evening. Oh, right on. Lumpy, you are in the evening. You are in the drawing there. Hank the Hammer. Let's go. I gotta go bowling. Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna have to skip some of these comments. Sorry, everybody, because we got to end it. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yep. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to do the wheel spin. Thank you all who entered. If you were too late on my stream, just get here earlier. I do a stream every month. It's usually like the first or second week of the month. And next week, be sure to tune in next week for the 2,000 sub live stream. I'm going to try to keep that stream a half hour. It's mainly just to kind of get everybody in and have everybody entered, right? So I'm not really going to take too many people that are just like showing up for the stream and to enter. I mean, I may do that, but if you want to enter that, I made a post on my channel, and that's pretty much how you're going to be entered. So I made a post on my channel this morning. I think it was this morning. Put down your bowling ball. If you win, all you have to do is comment, put down the bowling ball that you want in that post to be entered. That's it. Made it nice and simple. Okay? So I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to leave it with being entered for the 2,000. It's any bowling ball of your choice, any current release. That is next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? No. 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. California time. Okay? All right, so here we go. We're going to do the wheel spin to choose a name. Some people in there have multiple entries because they guessed the correct answer on one of my streams. Okay. There we go. And boom, there we go. And if you are a number, if it lands a number, that means you got it from watching this live stream tonight. And I will match your name with the number that the wife has written down. Appreciate everybody for joining. And I think that person is here. Good job. So the winner is Teal Jaguar 16. And do you know how you got that? Can you guess how you got that entry to be chosen? That's right. I believe that's Submarine Mike's wife, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I don't want to mess it up. Yeah. So congratulations, Teal Jaguar 16. You haven't won anything yet because there is this red absolutely nothing. Let's hope you don't land on that. You got this by guessing the correct brand on my Guess the Ball video, which was the Track Archetype Hybrid. So if you hadn't have guessed Track, I think most people guessed Criterion Inverse, which it wasn't. But since that was so difficult to guess the exact ball, I gave you one entry for guessing the brand. So congratulations. Hell yeah. All right, so we are going to spin the wheel. And let's move this out of the way here. And I'm going to do one. I'm going to put it right here on the green, right? I'm going to do one massive spin for you. Here we go. Oh, by the way, if you weren't in the beginning, the wheel spin has, some of them have just one prize. Some of them have two prizes. So there's a bowling related prize and there's a pro shop related prize. When it lands on something with more than one, I'm going to ask you what you want. All right, here we go. Good luck. All right. You just won the world's ugliest bowling ball. Holy moly. You almost got the green one, right? Okay. So you've won the 15-pound Brunswick Beyond Infinity. Now, I know you probably don't roll 15. You're probably a 14, I'm guessing, or maybe lower. Tell me what you want to do. You have the option of keeping this. I'll ship this out to you. Or if you would like to not take this prize, I will give you 3 free entries for next month's wheel spin. And you can let somebody else have a chance on a wheel spin. Put your answer down in the comments below, what you would like to do. All right, let me know what you want to do, Teal. You want to keep it? But it's a 15, so I don't know. Okay, you got it. Okay, so this entry is now removed. Okay. And I'm going to give you 3 entries into next month's wheel spin. You almost got the main one there. Actually, you got a pen on you? Can you put Teal Jaguar for 3 entries for next month's wheel spin? It's not next week's wheel spin. It's next month's when we do this wheel spin, not for the free bowl ball of choice, unfortunately. All right, so we're going to spin again. Okay, so I'm not going to give it to the next guy. This goes back in here, and we spin it again. That's the only problem with that 15. It's like, you got to be 15 to roll it. Okay, here we go. Whoop. And like I said, if I call a name and you're not here, you got pretty much 30 seconds. I'm going to call your name 30 seconds. You're not here, you don't answer, I pick somebody else. All right, looks like we're going to get a number here. All right, number 9. Who is lucky number 9? We've got Bowler Dan. Bowler Dan, if you are here, comment in the comments down below that you are here. You have won a wheel spin, Boulder Dan. All right, cool deal. All right, here we go, Boulder Dan. We're going to do it right on the same thing. Actually, I'm going to let it spin right here. Actually, you tell me where you want me to start it at. I'll be fair. Tell me where you want me to start it at, and I'll spin it. Yeah, you're right. It's not fair. It's not fair. Never mind. All right, here we go. We're going to spin it. Oh, all right. You want a hammer shoe brush, okay? Or you want a Storm arc ruler and Jayhawk span ruler. So that's a DIY. So I'm giving you hammer shoe brush is a choice, or you can get the Jayhawk and the Storm 2LS measuring tools. Which one do you want? If you don't want any of them, the shoe brush, you got it. All right, cool, man. Yeah. So email me at thebowlingfool@gmail.com and tell me what you want. Okay, maybe you want to change your mind. So tell me what you want. You want the shoe brush, thebowlingfool@gmail.com. Congratulations, Boulder Dan. And then just send me your address and stuff in that email, and I'll have it shipped out to you. And I'll give you all the tracking info and all that stuff. So the hammer shoe brush is going to disappear right now. So I'm going to replace that with something else for next stream. Okay, that's how that works. We never keep the same item on there. All right, so congratulations. Thank you everybody for entering. Oh, damn, shoot. You'll probably get that. Well, I'm going to order it from someplace, but it'll probably get to you by maybe next week, this week. I figure out where I'm going to order it from. Right on. Heck yeah. You're local. All right. I can't get through everybody's comments, but I just want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on the live stream. We went over 2 hours, 2 hour 15 we're going on. Be there next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. And go to my post, put in the bowling ball that you want. I expect to see a bunch of people tonight post on that, comment on that post. Tell me what bowling ball you want. And I'm going to put a wheel, I'm putting a wheel. If I get a whole bunch of people, I can't put all their names and stuff on a wheel like the day of. I'm trying to keep the stream short. Next week, it's mainly just going to be, hey, here's our contestants. Here's our winner. Boom. Brand new bowling ball of your choice sent out to you. Okay? So thank you, everybody, for joining. And until next time, I'll see you next Monday. I should say, on behalf of the Miss Bowling Fool, Miss Bowling Fool wifey, and me, we're out.